Hi, this is Corey Morris with Aarhus University, and we're here in Gentofte, Denmark. As you can see, we're at the headquarters of Dong Energy, and one of our alumni have invited us in to take a closer look at where he works and what he does. Let's go in and have a look. Christian Frøkiær.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having us at Dong Energy.
Well, it's a pleasure having you here.
Christian, why don't you begin by telling us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, my name is Christian Eika Frøkiær, and I'm 27 years old. I'm a student from the ASB originally, graduated from my bachelor's program in 2006.
Okay.
And I'm a business developer here at Dong Energy.
And what program did you graduate from in 2006?
I studied the BA in Marketing and Management Communications.
Wonderful. Dong Energy.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful place, and again, thanks for inviting us in. What do you guys do at Dong Energy?
Well, Dong Energy is the biggest power company in Denmark. We're a major producer of oil and gas, and we're a leading developer of wind energy parks, both here in Denmark, but also in Scandinavia and the rest of the Nordic region. And the part of the company where I'm at is also responsible for the electric power grid in the greater Copenhagen area in northern Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many employees do you guys have?
We are just about 6,000 now.
6,000. And how many are here in Copenhagen?
Well, this office is quite new, but it's around 2,500, I believe.
2,500. And in fact, the place we're sitting right now has only been here just for a few months, right?
It's only been here for a month, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Christian, what is it like to work at Dong Energy?
Dong Energy is, well, I've only been here for just about 4 months now.
Okay.
But my first impressions have been great. It's been like an ambition being fulfilled for me. Dong Energy is a very dynamic place to work. A lot of things happening. It's literally speaking, has a very, I guess in Danish we would say it's high. It has a high ceiling.
Okay.
It means there's a lot of space for ideas and to develop your own potential, as well as developing the company in different directions.
Okay. No, if we took let's say a helicopter look at what you guys do, and look at the energy industry altogether, what's it like to work in that industry?
Well, for me, it's been an ambition and a dream to actually work in this industry. The energy industry is probably, as I see it, one of the most important industries we have in our modern world. Everything needs energy, and we have huge challenges in front of us in terms of becoming more sustainable, more green, which makes it an incredibly exciting and also important place to work. And I guess that's also one of the feelings that many people working in this industry have, that they are actually working with something that is quite important for our society as a whole.
Christian, you're a business developer here at Dong Energy. What type of businesses are you developing?
Well, I work with our energy distribution company, trying to realize our vision of a smart grid. And this, in a nutshell, means that we actually have to become much better at understanding how consumers consume energy and what will actually make them interact better with the electric grid, using power when it's there and using less power when there's less capacity in the grid.
Which is this the smart grid?
That's the smart grid, and that requires figuring out which incentives the customers need to interact with us.
When do you think we'll see a smart grid implemented in Denmark?
Well, we hope that within the next 10 years we will realize a much smarter grid, a smart energy system that brings together the consumer with the energy company, and in a better dialogue, understanding how the consumers consume electricity.
Christian, walk us through an average day
Yeah.
here at Dong Energy.
Well, I live in the city, so I bike out here in the morning. I try to get here as early as I can. Sometimes I get a workout in our gym, and I get my breakfast here. We have a really nice canteen where we also have a really nice lunch. So that gives you sort of some room to socialize with people around the company. Then my day revolves around analyzing our business to get a better understanding of where our possibilities in the future lie. I have quite a lot of interaction with our senior management in the distribution company, which makes my work, I think, really interesting, because I get very close to where decisions are made. I also have a lot of points of contact outside the company. I'm involved right now in the development of a huge new area in Copenhagen called Nordhavn,
Okay.
which will be a green city. And we're going to try to accomplish or develop a pilot project for smart grid in that part of Copenhagen for the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you had any moments where you've just said to yourself, yes?
Well, I think just getting the job here was an accomplishment like that you're describing. But our work in the energy sector, I think, is very long term. It has a long perspective. So.
Okay.
I think that and that's something that you really need to be prepared for as a student when you go out into the real world.
Okay.
You need to be prepared that the results might not just come overnight. You may go around for several months without really feeling that you reach a goal. So you have to be really oriented towards the fact that the goal can be far into the future.
Right. Sound advice. Sound advice. You mentioned that one of your successful experiences was actually getting the job here. Let's talk a little bit about that career journey that you've gone through. How did you get this job here at Dong Energy?
I think I should start by saying that I'm not a typical profile for what I do in the office. I sit around with a lot of economists, hardcore economists that are number crunchers. I sit around with people with legal degrees, and being a communications person. I was reading through the job description when I decided to apply, and there was parts of it where I could see that this specific task involved communications competencies. So, being able to couple the communications perspective with business, that really was a driver in getting this job, and being able to sit in the interview situation. And also through the application, the written application, to demonstrate that I actually saw a need for Dong Energy, for this specific part of the organization, to make use of my competencies as a communications major.
So you showcased your special talents.
I think so, yeah.
Did you have a job before Dong Energy?
Yeah, and that's also the special part of it. I studied communications, but I've also always had a big interest in society and politics, which led me to apply for student jobs that revolved around politics, namely climate politics, when climate and energy are two sides of the same coin.
Right.
So that got me some knowledge outside my study program about politics and to work with policy, which I could then bring into the communications discipline that I learned from the school.
If you think back on your time when you studied at ASB, is there anything noteworthy, anything memorable that maybe something really stands out?
Yeah, I think that the ASB, as I said before, the ASB is a very small environment, but it's a cozy environment, and it gives you interaction possibilities with teachers and with other students from other programs, which I don't think that you find in many other universities. And that was really a unique experience from studying at the ASB.
And what does it mean to you to be a graduate, to be an alum from ASB?
Well, having made the transition from Aarhus to Copenhagen, it has given me a network over here, because I'm not alone. I studied with people who also moved over here, and I interact. Those people are actually a big part of my social network in Copenhagen now.
Let's talk about heroes.
Yeah.
Do you have any heroes? Anyone you aspire to be like?
Well, in business, looking out on all the icons in international business, I think that one of the great leaders that I've at least read about and noted early on in my studies was Howard Schultz from Starbucks.
Howard Schultz from Starbucks.
Yeah, I think that he accomplished something quite remarkable in building a global brand out of something that is actually a commodity.
Right.
And that can actually teach, I think, people at Dong Energy a lot of things, because electricity is just a commodity. Right. How can we build experiences around that commodity? I think that's a big question for this sector, and something that I definitely hope that I could get inspired by Starbucks in developing our business into more of an experience.
Could be a business area for you to develop.
Yeah,
absolutely. Knowing what you know now, what advice would you share for current students or maybe even prospective students back at the school?
Knowing now what I know, as you say, I think that being a student is about really enjoying being in that moment of being a student. Of course, you can have all kinds of ideas and dreams of getting professional experience, and that's great. You should pursue that, but also just enjoy being in that learning environment that the school offers.
Well, Christian, again, thanks so very much for inviting us into this wonderful workspace. You guys really have it nice here, and thanks for having this conversation with us. Really appreciate it. This was Christian Frøkiær with Dong Energy. I'm Corey Morris with Aarhus University. Thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you next time. Till then.